Surprisingly, Miyagi-do may have secretly suffered 2 defections to Kreese's new dojo in Cobra Kai. The Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 finale marked one of the biggest betrayals in Karate Kid history when it finally sent Miyagi-do's Sekai Taikai team to the tournament. As it turns out, Kreese's overtures to Tory in the beginning of the episode were successful. Following her argument with Daniel and Amanda over the fight with Sam, Tory switched sides and joined Kreese's side. Obviously, Tory's status as Kreese's champion gives Martin Kove's character a huge advantage going into the Sekai Taikai tournament. She's an extremely close match with Sam LaRusso, so much that it's an easy to their inevitable rematch going either way. This could be key to a win for Cobra Kai. Another factor is Quan, who is shaping up to the most dangerous teenage fighter in all of Cobra Kai's 6 seasons. Those two appear to be Kreese and Kim Doon's biggest weapons, but they're unlikely to be the only ones who can threaten Miyagi-do's chances. More Kim Sun-young students, and perhaps another of Daniel and Johnny's, could be big factors as well. Why Cobra Kai may be hiding a Kenny twist in Cobra Kai Season 6. A showdown with Miguel, Zolo Mariduena, and Robbie, Tanner Buchanan, against Kenny, Dallas Dupree Young, in Cobra Kai Season 6. It's interesting to note that in contrast to how Cobra Kai showed all 6 of the chosen fighters from Daniel and Johnny's dojo, the series only partially revealed Kreese's team. 2 were notably missing, leaving their identities open to speculation until Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 releases. Because their absence appears to be intentional, it's possible that one, if not both, is a familiar face just like Tory. After all, she's not the only one with a reason to be mad at Daniel and Johnny. Kenny was cheated out of a potential spot on the team and could hold a grudge against his former allies. This possibility is further supported by the fact that Kenny isn't on hand in Episode 5. The show even draws attention to Kenny not being present for the selection of the team captains. This could indicate that rather than just being bitter about not being selected for the team, Kenny has quit the dojo outright. That decision would open the door for him to reappear on another dojo's roster. Kenny being on Kreese's Sekai Taikai team, and the show purposely hiding that twist, makes sense in light of the context. With Tory's betrayal being arguably more important to the wider narrative, revealing that both Kenny and Tory defected from Miyagi-do to Cobra Kai could amount to a distraction. Cobra Kai can better serve both developments by keeping them separate. Kenny's standing revealed as a member of Cobra Kai would have much less impact if it happened alongside the Tory twist. It's also a strategy that could work well from a narrative perspective, considering that there was an obvious timed skip between Tory walking out on Miyagi-do and the start of the tournament in Barcelona. With Cobra Kai likely to fill in the gaps, one storyline could involve the rest of the steps Kreese took in preparing his team, which could include additional recruiting. Why Kenny could be convinced to join Kreese. If Kreese did want to bring in Kenny, such a move isn't implausible by any means. Admittedly, Kenny did reconsider his life choices after getting some advice from Sean, but all of that could be easily undermined by Devon's dirty tactics in Cobra Kai. He falsely believes Anthony to be responsible for his problems, but isn't incorrect in his belief that his exclusion from the tournament was the result of cheating. Putting the blame on Anthony in particular could give him common ground with Kreese, given that the villain also bears a hatred toward the LaRussos. Similar to how he tried to get across to Tory that she would never truly be welcomed by Daniel and Johnny's dojo, he could relate to Kenny through a mutual disdain for members of the LaRusso family. Kreese is effective at drawing on feelings of resentment and using them to get what he wants, and could find success with Kenny. A pitch to Kenny could be made stronger by the notion that in fighting for Kreese, Kenny would be acting on an opportunity he already earned. As Kreese could point out, Kenny is responsible for Cobra Kai's formal admission into the Sekai Taikai. Had Kenny failed to beat Robbie, Cobra Kai wouldn't be competing at all. Explaining to Kenny that he owes